Hello everyone, welcome to First Lady Fashion and Style. I'm so glad to be back on this channel. Today we'll be learning about Raglan sleeve. It's a very beautiful sleeve and it is very easy to make. So if you're a new subscriber, if this is your first time, you're welcome on this channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for clicking on the channel. I have been very busy with our online and offline classes. Presently, we are running the trousers series. At the end of this series, trust me, you're going to be a professional, even if this is your first time. Like this raglan sleeve, we're going to use this top to complete one of our jumpsuits. If you are in the class, we're going to take everything from the scratch and I'm going to break down everything. Trouser that fits all sizes. So right now, I have two patterns with me. This is not like the regular basic bodice pattern because the raglan sleeve is about the sleeve. So here is the front. Here I have the front pattern and here I have the back pattern. So I'm just going to run through it quickly and then we'll move on to the sleeve itself. So from this here is the shoulder. From the shoulder to the bottom part here is 17 inches, which is the half length of our top. Now the back length of our top is 15 inches, which is 2 inches shorter because we are having here a bust dart. So this is it, 17 here, and then the neckline is 3 by 3. The first line here is from the shoulder here to this place is the armhole length, and then to get your armhole length is your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. From your shoulder here to your bust point, this is the line for the bust point here. This is the chest line. Now from your shoulder here, this is the under bust line, and this here is the length of the blouse. So I used 1.5 for my bust, for my dart intake, that is 0.5 here. So, and I took in 2 inches. This 2 inches is my bust dart, the difference between my front and my back. So if you want to draft yours without a bust dart, so you can just use just your dart, your waist dart, and then the length of the back will be the same thing with the front if you are not using a bust dart. Now, a detailed tutorial is on this channel on how to draft your front and your back if you're using a bust dart or not. So I don't want to take time on that. So I'm going to take the back pattern out now and let's focus on the front pattern. So this is where the tutorial is now. That is why I have not drafted the shoulder. So for us to construct our raglan sleeve, the first thing we need to do is on this back side, use your ruler to extend a long line this way because the sleeve we are making is a long sleeve. If you want yours to be short, I will show you how to do it, but as you can see on the thumbnail, it's a long sleeve and it's a bubble sleeve. So the first thing you do is to make it long this way. Now the back measurement we are using is 7.5. So this is 7.5 here, and then you will come to the chest line and measure the same 7.5. So you can use your ruler to rule this one. So this is just for me to explain properly what we are doing. So the next thing we'll be needing is our sleeve pattern. So this is the basic long sleeve pattern. If you want your sleeve to be 3/4, you can stop here. If you want it to be long, if you want it to be short. But this one, we are using the whole sleeve. So the first thing we are going to do is, how long do I want this sleeve to be? This is the length I want for my sleeve. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to place it from this shoulder place that I marked. I'm going to place the sleeve this way. And this, what I'm doing is, first of all, to get the length. So this is where the length of my sleeve is going to get to. So now from this part now, I am going to come down by 1 inch. This 1 inch is for our shoulder slope. And then I'm going to put my ruler this way and mark all the way to the neck tip, the tip of the neck this way, because our shoulder is definitely not straight. So after doing that, I'll bring back my shoulder pattern, and then I'll place from this place that I have my shoulder line. I'm going to place it this way. I'm going to place it this way. So you can see that a shoulder, we already have a pattern. So what I'm going to just do is I'm going to trace out my sleeve. You can see I'm tracing out my sleeve. Now forget about this place, because the raglan sleeve is from the neck of the dress. So from the neck of the dress here, I'm going to come down by 1.5, and then I'm going to connect from that 1.5. Sorry, this is where my shoulder is. So this is where I'm going to connect to. This is where the armhole is. This is where the armhole is. So I'm going to connect from this place to where the armhole, where I have the armhole. It's as simple as that. I hope you can see that. I'm going to connect it like that. So once I connect it like that, I can remove my sleeve, and my sleeve, you can see I already have a sleeve pattern here. I already have a sleeve pattern here. So raglan sleeve is as simple as that. But one more thing before we go. Now here, where I have the line, I am going to divide it into two. Why am I doing this? To avoid gaping. To avoid gaping on this side, I'm going to take 0.5 on both sides, and I'm going to connect this one back to the armhole this way, this back to the armhole, and then this to the neckline this way, and then this to the neckline this way. Because after joining the body to the armhole, we don't want to have any form of gaping. So once that is done, the next thing we are going to do now is to cut it out. We are going to cut it out. So I'm going to cut out the dart this way, making sure that I don't have any sharp, it's not going to be sharp, no sharp points. So I'm cutting the neck. The neckline, I use 3 by 3 because it's going to be a turtle neck or a bishop neck. So I'm cutting the sleeve. I'm cutting out the sleeve this way. And raglan sleeve is as simple as that. Okay, so here is our raglan sleeve pattern. Here is the body that we are using. This is the body, this is the sleeve. So you can see, so by the time we close this bust dart here, please don't forget to close the bust dart if you are using a bust dart. And you have to open a dart to close another dart. Yes, if you are used to our tutorial or you are used to any of our classes, you already know that. And then you need to close up, this part. Close it up this way. And now I can cut this place out. So this is it. This is the body, this is the front body, and you can see it's as simple as that. So the next thing we'll do is the back body. So right now we are going to the back. Let's quickly work on the back pattern. Now this is the back pattern we are working on. So here we have the shoulder line, here we have the armhole line, and this is the waistline. I use 1 inch here for the dart intake. This line you are seeing here is for the back tightening, which is 1/2 inch here. So the next thing we were going to do now is we are going to draw the line for the shoulder. So here the shoulder we are using, remember, is 7.5 here, and then on the chest line I'm going to mark the same thing, 7.5, let's roll the line so that it will be easier for me to expatiate. Now, just like we did for the front side, I'm going to extend this line here for the sleeve. Raglan sleeve is all about sleeve. So here I'm going to place my sleeve here for me to mark the length of the sleeve. So this is where my sleeve is going to get to, and just like we did for the front side, I'm going to take 1 inch here, and this 1 inch is for the shoulder slope. So I'm going to mark this 1 inch all the way to the neck, to the tip of the neck this way. So I'm going to bring back my sleeve, and then I'm going to place it right on that line. This way, I'm going to place it on the line. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trace it out. Remember, I told you we will just trace out our sleeve pattern this way. And then on the next side, I'm going to take one. I can do one because this is the back, it's smaller, or I can still do my 1.5 inch here, and I'm going to mark this 1.5 and connect it to the chest line, the armhole line this way. For the back, we don't need a tightening. So I'm going to remove the sleeve here so you can see it clearly. So this is our back sleeve here. So if you want your sleeve to just be straight, this is how it's going to be. But if you want something like what I have on the thumbnail, which is a bubble sleeve, all you need to do is to cut out your sleeve the way I'm doing. Just cut it out. The neck, I told you, is going to be turtle neck. So for the neck here, I did 3 by 1. And then for the front, I used 3 by 3. In our trouser class, we are making 10 different kinds of trousers that fits all style. I'm talking about cargo trouser, basic trouser, pencil trouser, pleated trouser, palazzo. I'm talking about bell bottom. This class is loaded and it is very affordable. I know you won't want to miss it. I love teaching. Even if you're a beginner, trust me, you are going to understand because I'm going to break everything down to the simplest. And we will be able to communicate. I will see your draft, and then I will also see your sewing, because I'm going to draft, I am going to sew. I'm talking about jumpsuit, play suit. I'm talking about different type of band, how to use belt. Yes, how to make belt with fabric on your trousers. It's going to be is loaded. So please just contact us on this WhatsApp so that you can join the class and also benefit from it. So this is what we have. This is the back, and then that is for the front. Now, if you now want your sleeve to be straight, this is how it's going to be. If you want it to be 3/4, you will cut it any length you want. But if you want, let me just show you. If you want it to be a bubble sleeve, this class is not about bubble sleeve, but let me just give you an idea of what you are going to do. Now you can spread this. You can spread the line. We are going to draw a line this way. So now what I'm doing is I am doing what I call slash and spread. So this slash and spread, we normally use it to create bubbles when you are making sleeve, balloon sleeve, or other kind of style. So I'm going to slash. This is slash. Just like the name implies, you will slash it and then you'll spread it. So what you are going to do next is you are going to cut the sleeve. I'm cutting the sleeve now. You are going to cut it this way. So this is the slashing. In our trouser class, we are making different types of blouses to our trouser. Cargo trouser. The class is loaded and you won't want to miss it. It's coming for a very interesting, affordable price. So this is slashing, and the next thing we are going to do is spreading. So this is how you are going to spread it. And please don't forget that this sleeve you are seeing here is for the back. Now this is the sleeve for the front. So even if you are not doing a slash and spread, let's assume you are not having a bubble sleeve, you just want to have it straight on. What you're going to do is this sleeve is for the front. Remember the one we cut for the front? This one is for the back. So what you are going to do is you are going to put it together like this. Make sure that the neck aligns properly, and then use your sellotape to sellotape it and make this pattern one. Make it one, and this is how you are going to place it on your fabric, and you are going to cut out this for one side and then for the other side. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Remember when we were cutting, we cut for the front and then we cut for the back. Put them side by side here. Use your sellotape to hold it down. Use your sellotape to hold it down. You don't have to slash it if you are not making a bubble sleeve. Just leave it plain like this. Use your sellotape to hold it down. Put this pattern on your fabric, and then you will cut it out with your seam allowance. Don't forget your seam allowance, 1/2 inch round, to join to the body of the dress. But I'm just showing you this. If you want to make a bubble sleeve like mine, you will slash it, and the name implies slash and spread. So the next thing you will do is you will spread it. And then when you are spreading, remember this is the back. You're going to do it together with the front. You're going to join it together, and then you also slash this one, and then you will spread it. Now when you want to spread it, you will bring a paper like this. You bring a plain paper like this. It can be any color, please. Then you will put it on it. After slashing, you will join both the front and the back together. Remember I told you join the front and the back together. If you want a bubble sleeve, then you will slash it. If you don't want a bubble sleeve, after joining the front and the back together, this is how you are going to do it. You will just put it on your fabric, and then you will cut it out with your seam allowance. I'm doing this for those that want to make that bubble sleeve. After joining the front and the back together, you will slash it, and then when you slash it, you will spread it this way. You will spread it this way. You will do the same thing to this part, and then you will spread it. So on this part here, you will measure it. You can decide to give it a gap of 1 inch, 1.5 or 2 inches, depending on how big you want the bubble to be. And then when you do it like that, you can use your whole gum to glue it down. The next one, you glue it down. The next one, you glue it down. And then when you are done, you will have something like this. By the time you are done, you will have something like this. This one has been slashed. You can see everything has been slashed and spread, and then you will carry this whole thing and put it on your fabric and cut. This is just for one sleeve. By the time you finish cutting, it will be big, and then you can use your rubber, you can use your, what's it called, your elastic, or you can do your pleating, and then you will have a big bubble sleeve. So I hope you understand what we have just done. So the Raglan sleeve is very beautiful, just like what you can see, and we are going to do this in our class. We're going to complete it, and we're going to join it to that beautiful jumpsuit that you are seeing. So thank you so much for watching, and expecting you. You can contact us through the WhatsApp you are seeing on your screen. Thank you, and see you in the next class.